Welcome to Foidcast with our first guest, Bovril-Gesellschaft.
Welcome to Foidscast. Welcome to Foidscast, and I would like to thank the Foids immensely for having me on.
Thrilled to have you.
I am very, very excited as well.
And we actually have a live audience this time.
I'm so scared of them. I can't speak because I can feel them behind me.
I like it when people watch it. I love an audience. And,
Do you engage in exhibitionism frequently?
Only socially. I just like having people to watch and applaud periodically.
Do you have like a list of all the dogging laybys?
I don't know if you've seen the sort of people who live just outside London, but you do not want to have sex with any of them in the car at 10 at night. So do you approve of dogging in principle? I just like the idea that the English somehow invented the sex act, which would be improved by a thermos of something most nights. But
yeah, so we've got the Anglofuturists sitting in.
I hate it so much. I need to get the
they're cup chairs.
I like it. We have captive audience portraying
I
seals.
can't see their reactions, so they're literally behind me, and it's like the angel and the devil on my shoulder.
You're trying to hear for our laughter at all times.
Yeah, I like a live laugh track.
Challenge.
Say, is there any other way other than socially to go dogging?
I feel like you can do it antisocially, if you're like autistic.
I suspect most of the people who go dogging readily are.
Yeah.
Really.
But you met your wife on OkCupid, right?
I did. The inverse of dogging, in that it was the one dating site you actually had to sort of create something with personality around you. It was a dating site for word cells.
Yeah.
It was that period just before Tinder dropped, and everyone just sort of hit each other up and started rutting like hogs. And, it was a happy time. Absolutely. Everyone's
I saw Hogman the other day, actually.
Where?
In Birmingham.
Oh.
Yeah,
Nice.
he was present.
He's so young, bless him. He's still a hog boy.
Yeah. No, he's so bright and bushy-tailed.
Oh. I have no idea who Hogman is. I assumed he was some sort of urban legend like Purple Aki.
No.
R.I.P. Purple Aki. Shout out to him. Pour one out for my homies.
Wait, who's that?
How do you not know who Purple Aki is?
I didn't know. I was pretending I did know, but I didn't know.
Purple Aki.
Purple Aki.
He was a man of Nigerian extraction, best known for hanging around the Liverpool and Birkenhead areas, approaching young men and demanding to feel their muscles.
Wow.
And he became something of an urban legend in the area, and then went national, really, thanks to Count Dankula in 2010.
Right.
Count Dankula.
How do you not remember Count Dankula? He was a guy with a pug who trained to do a Nazi salute.
Yeah. And the pug died, right? Recently?
Yes, the pug died incredibly
God
recently.
bless him.
Way.
He got
the pug got shot. It's like Rupert Lowe put him down. With his massive rifle.
Far right extremists.
We truly are in the British years of lead right now.
Fuck, everyone's getting shot. Yeah.
It's the most dangerous job in the world, being a pug who can do a Nazi salute.
The most dangerous job in the world, being a podcaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which he was.
Yeah. How did you react to the shooting yesterday?
Complete disbelief, in all honesty. He was Charlie Kirk always was sort of a background presence in my life, roughly my age. He'd sort of done his own thing. He had people we knew in common. It really carved out his own niche. He was doing so well in his own sort of worlds, and you just assumed to be around forever, and suddenly in about 5 seconds you can get completely cut off.
Yeah, it's frightening.
Absolutely terrifying. And I watched a video, it just looked absolutely awful for him. If there's any comfort whatsoever, he would have been unconscious pretty much immediately. There was really no realistic coming back from that. But, no, there was just so much commentary around it on Twitter. Everyone seems convinced this is the first salvo in an American Civil War, or any sort of repeat of the 1970s. And
this is the Years of Lead thing.
Yes, an American version of the Years of Lead, all the Days of Rage, which
so
was...
what differentiates that from like a civil war?
In the Civil War, really, you have to find sides. You have a pretty good idea of which side you're on. The American Civil War, you could tell if you lived in Georgia, you were theoretically on the side of the Confederacy, and if you lived in Pennsylvania, you were on the side of the Union, more or less. And you knew where the armies were and so on. And in the Years of Lead, essentially, which was originally intended to refer to Italy during the 1970s, when the state really did cease to be able to act as arbitrator, and you had a whole bunch of different factions stepping into the gap. You had communist and anarchist terrorist groups funded by the Soviet Union on one side, and then you had a combination of neo-Nazis and Freemasons who were funded by Propaganda Due. There was a specific Masonic lodge in Italy, which I think Berlusconi belonged to actually when he was a young man, which was more or less set up as a coordinating body to form a guerrilla insurgency against possible Soviet occupation of Italy by the CIA. It's interesting actually how different European Freemasonry is from British Freemasonry. British Freemasonry is basically an opportunity for middle-aged men to do silly things and sort of escape from their wives for 4 evenings a year. And in Europe, you have this insane sort of deep state that's been in existence for 200 years and hates Catholics and hates communists.
Right, and, like infiltrating the Vatican and stuff.
Exactly. And
like Vatican too.
They're all over America as well. They're like built America.
They are.
They're in Cuba as well. Loads in Cuba.
Yeah.
Are there?
Yeah. Kept driving past Masonic lodges.
Yeah.
I could imagine Castro being a Freemason. Cuba does seem to be very much early 20th century Spain ossified in some ways, and I could see him as one of those village radicals who would set up their own Freemason.
You don't think of Freemasons being like violent, like organised violent?
Again, this is a England thing versus a Europe thing.
Right.
Freemasons are mental in Europe, and they're fairly boring here as far as I know.
Have you been in any of the... I've been to a Dublin lodge. Have you been to the lodges?
No. Why?
Because I loved it, because I was like, Freemasons are so cool. So I went into their lodge.
I thought you would hate Freemasons.
Full disclosure, at one point I was a Freemason. I did the 3 degrees and so on.
Wait, you're a Freemason?
Yes, I was just curious, really. And
what? How many levels? Because that was the thing that there's like the 0 level, which is just like a bunch of symbols.
I can't believe there's Freemasons infiltrating our group chat.
If it makes you feel any better, I moved, and then I realised I'd have to do a 4-hour commute to the lodge, and everyone was 40 years older than me, and this was not the sort of...
Is it like in The Simpsons, where they do the dance?
It's very, very similar to the Stonecutters in The Simpsons. I would say the Stonecutters is the most accurate portrayal for the Freemasons I've ever seen in any media anywhere.
Why did you join?
I was curious. I wanted to join something esoteric, so I
decided to join every drinking club.
Basically, yes. I actually emailed them when I was blackout drunk and completely forgot about it, and I got an email back a couple of days later saying pop round to the lodge for a chat, and I did.
What?
Wait, you can just cold email them? I thought you had to be introduced.
You can just cold it. They're desperate for people who are under 17.
Anyone that was the thing that they told us. They were like, the granddad will join, I'll be a part of it. Dad will think it's really cringe because the granddad's always coming in with his robes on, like stupid hats and shit, and the dad's like, fuck this.
It's like Alistair Crowley.
I still have the robes in my I still have the apron in my closet somewhere, and my wife occasionally finds it and asks if she wants me to throw it out. I want to hold on to it just in case.
With the magic, have you got the wand?
Maybe that would help you with your planning
it?
permission issues.
I was thinking that for a while, but everyone in the council's a woman, and women can't be Freemasons because that would be just weird.
Yeah, Freemasons don't control the council.
No, you can't. I mainly joined it so I could do things like corrupt councillors and so on and so forth. And it turns out you can't actually do that. Well, it's quite expensive, and I just stopped paying my dues, and they started chasing me for 2 years and then cut me off. So I may well be under sentence of death by some sort of Masonic council for all I know, but they've given up reclaiming their money.
They're kind of weird because like I think the impression I got of it was like it was an attempt to create like a nepotistic sort of clan that can infiltrate society, but because by nature like genetically linked as some
they
people
are. In Wales. It's very like rural gentry,
right?
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Wales doesn't really have like a modern like class system. It's still kind of like semi-feudal. So it's like all the big landowners are Masons, and like when my mum's like business folded, they told her they could keep it open if she put a Mason on the board.
No way.
And she was like, no. So she's still really like furious about it. It's like a feminist thing, you know.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah.
That seems reasonable.
We should make a Masons for women.
Now I have some very good news for you. There is actually a Masons for women. I can't for the life of me remember its name. It might be an American thing.
They're not free.
There are all sorts of fun spin-off Mason things in America. There's one called the
Can you
Shriners.
imagine just being in a room with a bunch of women?
That sounds amazing.
A ritual.
I was recently.
That sounds absolutely amazing. It'd be quite
Nightmare.
fun being the only man there, rather like I suppose Charles Manson did have other men knocking around him, but you're supposed to be quite fun to be a cult leader. I've always thought it'll be a fairly good one.
Yeah, if the women are like nice, like if I'm too mouthy, which I feel like the type of women who would want to join a Freemason lodge.
Would be rather.
Yeah, they'd be like,
they were just like HR, like errands.
I think I'd spend all my time sort of patching over disputes and they fell out with each other inevitably, and then they'd all gang up on me or something.
It would literally be like the ladies' pond. It's like run by like a coalition of German lesbians, and they just keep having fights about whether to like allow the fox in because the fox is a man.
Adelbert. Such a good name.
Did they actually have that?
Yeah, I read a Spectator article that was like, there's been like trouble at the ladies' pond because the new lesbians are fighting with like the old women who feed the fox.
It is an immense and continual regret to me that I'll never be allowed into the Hampstead ladies' pond.
Oh, it's
I want to go to the men's one though.
Yeah,
they have a diving board.
Well, that's quite right. We get up to things like diving, athletic swimming, and so on and so forth while you're fighting over male foxes.
Yeah,
and,
I was like swimming around in a little circle, and everyone was like doing their little lady swim.
Lady swim.
And then they were literally like, "Oh, I heard there's a diving board in the men's pond," and oh, that seems a bit much. That seems a bit
Yeah,
much.
they have gold-plated sauna in the men's pond.
It's a happy
I heard
place.
Whatever, everyone's gay in the men's pond.
Are they?
Yeah, it's like a cruising ground. That's the whole point.
No fucking way, really?
Yeah, that's why
Is that true?
people go to the men's pond. Why do you assume that Callum would know rather than Bovril?
Well, as the more likely to be.
Thank you. That's a real compliment and an unconscious
No,
one.
you're
I'm
very-
taking it absolutely in
We've got a
the
twinkle
spirit in which it was intended.
right now.
You're
Thank
very
you.
straight-coded. You're very straight-coded.
Thank you. I'll tell my wife that. She'll be very reassured.
She'll be happy.
I don't know, I feel like you got slightly like bi-curious vibes.
I'm
I
very
don't-
sceptical. I don't pick that up for myself at all.
I don't care.
No.
Are you going to be here the whole time, though?
I'm monitoring because at one point Bovril was speaking a bit quietly. So
Sorry about that.
Make sure that you get a good sound quality.
We do need him here.
We
Absolutely.
can't,
Well, I
it's
can leave-
actually
I can-
like so
I
disconcerting.
can actually leave if you want. I'm just doing it for the audio quality. If you want.
As I get drunk, I forget to talk into the microphone.
Just drink more White Claw.
What, me?
Even
Yeah.
all of
I
us,
forget about
even-
Callum being
Yeah.
there. Be right behind me.
He's directly behind Danny.
Drink to forget your trouble. I've been converted to white seltzer. White seltzer has been the drink of my late summer. It's
like
fantastic.
low-cal. Oh, great.
Oh, we got another one.
Hard seltzer. Hello.
Hi boys, I'm
Like a
Wade.
sitcom. He's behind you.
It was literally like a sitcom. So they made us dinner. It was like actually.
It was surprising. It was excellent.
It was a full
really
meal. We
excellent.
had carrot salad and roast beef
potted shrimp.
and potted shrimp.
So good. I was very, very impressed and completely blindsided by the whole.
And now we've got lemon posset, so it's like
Possets.
posset. I don't know.
Yep.
So it's all gelatin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. So they're waiting for us to finish
It's, like,
recording so
super
they can have
peaty.
dessert.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
it's just
Why
sort
did
of
two?
We're frowning.
every 10 minutes they're going to be like, oh, dessert? So
Yeah.
dessert
I mean, we can actually afford to get a third mic now because someone sent me £1,000
That's
yesterday.
true. That's true.
So. Uh-huh. I think I'm gonna go to Turkey and get the turf done
Veneers,
for cheaper.
hairline,
I
anything really.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
get-
have any problem with my hairline.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Dare to.
We can go together if you want. And
I just plan to get through the encroaching Norwood Reaper with a combination of bluff and being about a foot taller than any woman who would confront me over it.
That's true. Yeah. As long as you can't see up there.
It's surprising how long you can pull this off for. Just by sheer force of will and refusal to admit the inevitable.
Yeah. See, I didn't even notice Tom had a Norwood too.
We're just looking over to Tom, by the way, who's in the room.
You might notice the sort of distinguished air around me. I know the mic's picking it up, but if you feel sort of intangible respect for me, it's because of the sophisticated Norwoods 2 that I'm sporting.
It's so true. The Norwood 2 is a great look.
Much of life does consist in suffering shipwreck with dignity, Tom. You're absolutely right.
Okay, Danny's having a breakdown. We're going to talk about vril. So,
let's talk about vril.
Bovril. Your full name is Bovril-Gesellschaft. So, when I first came across your account, I assumed this was a play on the Gesellschaft-Gemeinschaft distinction, which is discussed frequently in right-wing circles. With a sort of preference for Gemeinschaft. So I was like, what's he doing with Gesellschaft? That's interesting. And then I realised that it's actually a pun on Vril-Gesellschaft, which is the Vril Society.
You are literally the only person who's ever come at my name from the Gesellschaft-Gemeinschaft distinction. Everyone assumes I just really like Bovril. And I've actually never had it in my life. Something about mass-produced beef tea just puts me off, really. The name means absolutely nothing. I was strong-armed into changing my previous name, which I quite liked, which was Father Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah,
which I thought was very clever, because somebody else in a group chat didn't like it and insisted that I change my name as.
You are always Bovril, though. I think that you couldn't be Ted.
No, I wouldn't be a plausible Ted. No. I'm quite happy with Bovril. My wife absolutely hates being referred to as Mrs. Bovril. I'm going to carry on doing it just because she's instantaneously recognisable. Wish I'd come up with something sexier, but needs must.
So, what does she think of your Bovrillian output?
She's been enjoying it. She's a very, very long-suffering woman. The crying in the guest room has dropped from 4 hours a day to about 1.5 hours a day. Since I started transferring her over the monetisation money.
She stops tearing down the wallpaper.
Absolutely. She mainly just stares into space.
Just got to put her in shackles.
Rocks back and forwards. And I have noticed internal bleeding after drinking the coffee she makes me, but I think that is par for the course, and probably I need to play around with the coffee machine a bit.
She's probably just putting you on like a good mushroom regimen, so I think she's really looking after you.
That would be amazing. I could really do with a decent mushroom regimen.
We all could. Hey, we all could.
I bought some mushroom tincture from a man at the farmer's market the other day. It's like lion's mane, and he said that it's not bioavailable if you drink it in those like coffee pouches or the supplements. You need to have it in a tincture, and I felt very Lindy. I felt like a little medieval woman going to the market to buy some magic mushrooms.
Powder of mushroom. My office provides us with mushroom powder tincture.
Yeah, well, he said that is a placebo.
It's completely useless. I have spent several days, slow days at work, sitting at my desk, just sort of mixing, taking more and more magic mushroom powders, hoping that the seventh one is going to be the one which pushes me over the edge and I can finally see the face of God and contemplate the universe. It doesn't even make me work better. It's just mushroomy and unpleasant.
So vril is a sort of energy in the body, which is seminal.
I don't think Bulwer-Lytton, Edward Bulwer-Lytton, who was a Victorian novelist who actually came up with the name, ever thought about semen in his life. It's
but when people talk about semen retention, they say it's for the vril.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
It's like vril maxing.
See, I didn't know anything about vril till you two.
In all honesty, I know very little about vril. It's one of the many topics. I would say virtually every topic I get through I have spent a lifetime being able to bluff through things by skimming Wikipedia articles and hoping for the best and sounding authoritative. And vril, maybe not quite to the extent some other things are.
Oh, that's really disappointing. I thought you would be my vril guy.
I would love to. I would love to be the vril guy. People come the vril. As far as I can tell from the reading I have done, which actually is more substantial than Wikipedia in all seriousness, the vril was a substance posited by the Victorian author Edward Bulwer-Lytton as the magical energy of a race of people who lived beneath the earth in caves under Antarctica.
Wow!
In the hollow earth. Brief shout out to the Anglo-futurists.
That's why we want it.
Absolutely, I think.
That's why they were here.
I do find it quite funny that if I Google British Antarctic Territory and like look on the news section, at least 4 of the articles are written by Tomo.
I mean, no one else is doing anything with it. You might as well have a go.
The only man in the world who cares about.
Campaign.
And it was a very popular book. It really has no literary merit at all, but it was sort of pulp fiction, sold very well.
And it's what Bovril is named after.
Absolutely, the person who invented beef tea. The person who invented mass-produced beef tea decided to stick together bovine and vril to.
So he knew.
Oh, he absolutely.
Yeah.
Knew.
Oh,
He absolutely knew. He knew exactly what he was doing. And
Sounds like a shit poster.
Can I? So the vril, is this a sexual energy underneath Antarctica, or is this just a life energy?
it's a life energy, but everyone takes it to be a sexual energy because I think it's funnier and.
It is.
And it's used to power the UFOs, the Nazi UFOs.
It certainly is used to power Die Glocke. Vril sort of falls into abeyance as an idea until someone called a science fiction writer called Willie Ley in the late 1940s writes an article in a pulp science fiction magazine about Nazi UFO experiments and how they built some sort of bell-shaped object called Die Glocke or Die Bell. And how
what, sorry?
It was called the bell in German. It was a bell-shaped object, and it could either fly or it was incredibly unclear what it actually did.
Because the Nazis put a lot of money towards the end of the war into these like super weapon programs, right?
They did, but they generally had some idea of what they were actually going to be doing. They were variants of things which already exist. They were enormous bombers capable of hitting America or rockets or something which was powered by human seminal energy and could go back in time. Just wouldn't have got any funding whatsoever because they weren't insane. But,
I mean, they were on like a lot of meth at that point.
So have I been quite a lot of my life, and I've never tried to build a bell which goes back in time and is powered by human seminal energy.
I mean, I did get quite into Nick Land when I was taking my Elvans every day. And the Lemurian Time War essay, piece of fiction, which features William Burroughs, who I also wanted to talk to you about.
Oh, please do.
Because, yeah, I'm interested in that whole like chaos magic thing. Because he was like a precursor.
He very much was. It's what did he call his practice of cutting up other works and sticking them together randomly? I can't for the life.
I think it was just called cut-up method.
That's it. Yes, the cut-up method. You're absolutely right.
And there was another thing as well. I can't remember what it was called, but he would like record noises and then play them back. Playback method.
Yes. Yeah. He wasn't great at coming up with names, but
there's the orgone.
Wilhelm Reich. Yes.
Yeah, orgone accumulator. That's a cool name.
It is.
Are these all book names?
No, this is it's a machine that accumulates a substance called orgone.
Orgone. Oh, the substance is called orgone. Okay.
Very interesting man,
Maybe
Wilhelm
particles,
Reich.
I'm not sure.
He was, I think he's the only American to have had his books publicly burnt.
Really?
He was not popular with other psychiatrists, and he was subject to multiple obscenity trials. Orgone energy is far more seminal than vril, by quite a long way. But this was the 1950s.
So this is like MK Ultra era.
It's a shade earlier than MK Ultra. So MK Ultra really comes towards the 60s. I'm actually not certain if he was really attached to. I think he was essentially disgraced by the time MK Ultra got off the ground. But he absolutely pioneered the orgone accumulator, which is a box you could essentially sit in to recharge your sexual energies.
Do you think this is legit?
You know, I'm sceptical. I do like the apocryphal story about the physician who built one, and about the physician who built one for his wife, and was later interviewed by someone about it and said, "Of course, this doesn't actually work, but my wife believes it does. She sits in there for 4 hours quietly. I can do other things and get on with my life."
She comes out like really horny.
It might work. It might work.
I feel like just sitting somewhere quietly would do that though.
Yeah, it's good to know that they like weren't horny enough even in the 50s, because I feel like we're not horny now.
Yeah.
So it's like it's good to know that problem was apparently.
It's like a perennial problem.
Yeah, even pre-porn, whatever we're all doing, they were still not horny enough. Is it monogamy? Do you think it's like
Your
being married?
I think
really
it's
nice.
Thank you. I've no idea what the flavour is. I just pointed to flavours in the corner shop until the monoglot Bengali man finds something which is
yeah,
18
you have to keep
milligrams.
pointing, like
Hoping for the best.
exhausting.
No, you are absolutely right about the perennial horniness problem.
Because I thought people were horny and now we're not, but apparently.
Well, I gathered some data for this.
with your seminal energy powered bell shaped time machine.
Organator.
The organizer.
Orgasmator.
Accumulator.
Otherwise known as Twitter.
Absolutely. Shit.
Oh wait.
Yeah, I'm. Every time I say absolutely, this is a tick-free zone. Every time I say absolutely, which is my verbal tick, I get sprayed with a small water mister.
This is for the Anglofuturist plants.
If you listen carefully to the occasional puff after absolutely, it's me being misted slightly.
We're behavioural conditioning all our guests.
Should I have it for when I drink? Like just no, okay, so you gathered data on horniness.
On my husband application form.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I included...
How did that go?
I mean, I didn't read the responses, but...
that was half an hour completely wasted on my part. Unbelievable.
Oh no, I saw yours.
There must have been a few called Bovril.
I think there were 2, yeah. But I included a question on desired sex frequency, as I found this an issue.
It is an issue.
Sorry, I'm choking.
Yeah, and it's surprisingly low. In fact, there's a majority who do not want daily.
I think they were just playing hard to get.
That's so weird. I've never had. Yeah, I thought men were literally.
No, that's what they tell you. Yeah.
I get headaches.
I don't know.
If I go too long.
You get headaches.
I'm just so tired.
Just
tonight.
Take some paracetamol. What's wrong with you?
I get headaches if I don't.
Okay. That's my
Normal person.
Maybe there's like an overlap of men who go on the internet too much and men who
This is true. It might be my
don't
sample size.
Yeah, because I feel like the average man is just gagging for it. I don't know.
I have spent so little time discussing other men's sex lives with men.
Sorry. This is most
Do
of what we
men
do.
not discuss this with each other?
No, I think we take it for granted there's a certain baseline level of sexual desire we have, and we never discuss it again. There's so many things men don't discuss. It's great. Women should try it sometime.
Yeah, we talk too much.
We talk about everything. What else were we going to talk about? Burroughs. So, yeah, I was kind of interested in him because he's like it's really focused on writing, and he says that magic is anything that is basically intended to like achieve a desired effect.
That's not a bad definition. It's very similar to Aleister Crowley's definition of magic as changing the universe in accordance with the will.
Yeah.
Which really is the functional definition which every single other branch of 21st century magic has taken. Sorry, I'm...
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I think it's interesting that he talks about like all art and writing as like basically magical because it all has that intention.
All art and writing, everything you do where you're layering on effect, where you're layering on effect after effect to create an overarching whole is technically magic under this definition.
Okay, so how would you go about achieving a desired effect? Because I guess that's the second order. It's like, how do you manipulate that? I guess that's where all the ritual stuff comes in, right?
Ritual magic.
Right.
No, sorry, I'm being
Stop saying it.
I cut myself off halfway through. I think that ought to be.
Fine.
I think I ought to be awarded something for that. There are multiple schools of thought about this, and the most enduring one, and the one which really has taken over essentially everything else since the mid-20th century, is the idea of chaos magic, which strips away everything, which treats everything as essentially window dressing, designed to create a particular outcome, again in accordance with your will, and it's simply a matter of focusing your will on something entirely. The real pioneer of this is a draftsman and surrealist artist called Austin Osman Spare.
Right. Very
interesting man. I think he lived in the South Coast in the 1920s and 30s. His artwork still occasionally shows up and is surprisingly affordable if you're willing to drop a couple of grand on a sketch. But
we should get some for the Agrofuturist space station.
Sigils everywhere, absolutely.
Because when we met up a few weeks ago, you said you've done magic before, but never for your own reasons. Because I assume magic is for your own will, like rather than prayer, rather than. I have a superstitious fear of it, and I don't like the idea of the stakes being so high that I'd be disappointed it didn't work. Okay, so you do it for other people.
You see what I mean?
You do it for other people so that you don't get, disappointed if it doesn't happen to you. Is that why, or is there a power in it?
Yeah.
Yes, there's the threefold rule in Wicca.
Burroughs did a curse in his room, and then his flat burnt down, and he was like, "Oh, I guess it bounced back too much."
Why was he cursing his room? You're going to have to expand on this slightly.
I don't know.
He did a curse in his room.
It was like a worm curse to make a worm come out of your eye.
What?
He had a Welsh nanny when he was a kid, and she might have molested him.
What the fuck?
I think we're going to veer away from chaos magic for a second and discuss worms and Welsh molestation.
But she also taught him a bunch of curses, like Welsh curses.
That's just all around worms.
That he then relied on.
Let's say I have a worm, for the purposes of argument, I have a worm in my eye, and I need to extract said worm from my eye, and I'm in Wales. How would I go about doing this?
No, I think it's to make a worm go in your enemy's eye.
Okay, that's perfectly reasonable.
Do that? Couldn't you just do that?
So let's say I have a non-optimal number of I have many enemies. Let's say one of them is a non-optimal number of worms in their eye. How do I ensure that their eye is fully wormed?
You have to nail something to a post and say some words.
So
there are some dried lemon slices involved.
Okay, dry lemon slices, posts, possible worms, Welsh.
I don't know. Good for
let no one say the foids isn't thoroughly educational.
I'm learning so much about worms.
I'm learning about human nature, to be honest, and the Welsh.
The real.
It has been immensely educational. I think the real one of the greatest achievements of the foids is that Welsh is bizarrely, after decades of not being so in the slightest, becoming right-coded somehow.
Yeah.
We're gonna come after. We're not gonna come up to the rest of history. And the rest, which is the one of Alistair Campbell. I can't believe Alistair Campbell is in public sphere and not in a
I always get him mixed up with Peter Mandelson.
Yeah, no.
They're all the same person, essentially.
They're disgusting.
Because Mandelson was in the Epstein thing recently.
I think it's astonishing level of sleaziness to somehow manage to get caught up in a sex scandal involving people of a sex you're not actually attracted to in the slightest, dragged down by it. It's
Wait, what's this?
Mandelson is notoriously homosexual.
Oh.
Completely homosexual. How can you not know?
I actually don't know who that guy is. I thought he was dead or something.
Unfortunately, even Peter Mandelson continues to draw
Let me look
breath.
him up. You guys carry.
Which I'm marking up my old history teacher, actually. It's the glasses.
But he wrote an email to Epstein after his 2008
arrest
conviction.
Oh, he does look gay. He looks gay as well. Yeah.
I didn't think he was gay. I thought...
No, he's got a gay face.
But that's just posh men. They just don't look like that.
That's so true. That's so true.
It's like posh or gay. It's a classic dilemma.
Yes.
It's a hard one.
Answer's yes.
Because they all got molested in boarding school.
Vril.
Thank you.
Vril.
Absolute roots chakras destroyed.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're talking about magic one. What were we talking about?
We were discussing chaos magic.
Magic one. No, you said there was a threefold rule. What's the threefold rule?
That's something more associated with Wicca, and in all honesty, I think that Rose would be better placed to answer that.
I'm not a Wiccan.
What's the rules though?
It's whatever you do comes back to you 3 times stronger, threefold.
So you have to be really nice to everyone all the time.
Basically, yeah.
Essentially, yes.
Why you shouldn't do curses. Did you see there was a curse on Charlie Kirk?
Yeah,
Jezebel
the Etsy
wrote
witches.
about it.
Yeah. Like 2 days ago.
Yeah, and the witch was like, something's going to happen to him in 2 to 3 weeks, and it was like 2 to 3 weeks ago.
These things with involving witch talk always tend to end incredibly badly for the witch, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
There was that viral thing going around the internet from some witch talk about not trying to fight Trump in the astral plane in 2024.
Yeah, because he's like really protected.
Very protected.
It's so true, though.
That's true. He literally got shot and he didn't get shot.
Exactly. He's like providentially blessed. He's like being looked after.
Yeah.
He is the main character. There are just some people who are the main character. I would say there are plenty of people in this room who are essentially the main character, and you just need to accept that and get out of their way of this.
I'm just going to say everyone here's the main character. I don't think
Thank you.
anyone here
is
not the main character. Everyone's special.
In our own special way, we are.
I think that is partly why I get into so much trouble, because I have so much vril.
You have a.
And
I'm
like vibrating at like a high level.
You are vibrating.
So when I put like bad
indeed.
energy out into the world, it comes back to me like way stronger.
Ooh, so true.
Yeah. So I have to live like perfectly, like straight.
Yeah. Well, you guys both kind of scared me when I got into it.
Sorry
you're
about
both
that.
like you're talking about like dark magic, and both of you have this vril that you can.
Oh yeah,
just
I was like having like a manic episode. Bovril was like enabling it.
I might have been having a manic
I
episode
was
of
having
my
a
own
manic
actually.
caused by you two.
We were-
Essentially, it
all-
was a.
yeah.
It wasn't good.
Yes, the summer of Bovril, I occasionally suspect, might have been a result entirely of overlapping hypomanic episodes, but on the Rose's and my parts.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. It was a heat wave.
Yeah, it was
a
the
heat
heat wave.
wave.
I think there is generally 2 weeks in England where it would be considered. It would just be completely inconceivable living anywhere other than England, and London especially, and North London, if we had to really narrow it down. And Scott extended about 2 months because of the just dry, hot, high-pressure weather.
Yeah. And there's no way to cool down because there's no aircon.
Other than
So-
the ladies' pond.
Exactly.
Which is
So I was going to the
its own
ladies'
sort of-
pond, and then I was going to like the Russian banya to get like plunge pooled and like buckets of cold
Beaten.
water dunked on my head by
Beaten
this
with
like
sticks.
large Russian man with a silly hat. And that calmed me down. I think that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
You need a large Russian man in your life to beat you periodically.
Yeah.
with
I've been
sticks.
saying this. I mean,
Is there a special dating site for them? Or,
sometimes an Anglo man can be Russian.
Under Anglofuturism, you'll be assigned a large man to
Russian
beat you
man.
with sticks. Like Beating of the Bounds version 2.
beating of the brawl. Absolutely. Absolutely. I do think that the English, as a whole, do go slightly feral in heat waves. Especially women. I absolutely love it. I think. I really ought to be living somewhere much warmer most of the time.
I feel
I'm
like
essentially a creature of the Mediterranean.
Yeah, I mean, you're quite swarthy.
I'm incredibly swarthy. I've shot past plausible dark Britain. And,
you've got some Italian,
I
right?
have quite a lot of Italian in me. I have quite a lot.
Oh.
a good deal more than I have English, actually. But in a reasonable society, I
Britain.
Swathed Britain. Swathed.com.
No, I maintain that Italians are white.
Thank you.
I don't
Thank you, Rose.
No.
That's very sporting of you.
Because I did sleep with a Sicilian once.
That's disgusting.
No, it wasn't.
Wait, are you Sicilian?
Only in part.
Have you been? Are in a mafia?
I'm not in the mafia, oddly enough. I did visit Sicily for 2 weeks to try and to try and pick up some Italian when I was 17. I came back not speaking a word to it. It was the only time in my life women have actually been throwing themselves at me, mainly
You looked
because
crazy at 18.
I was a very attractive 18-year-old.
Also, you're like a foot taller than any of them.
I was going to say that was probably it, but I was too scared to touch any of the women because I thought that I thought the mafia was still a thing. I thought I might be forced into some sort of shotgun wedding or.
Are they not a thing there at all? They're in America.
I think it still dominates in Sicily. I think it absolutely does, but I don't think it would. With hindsight, I don't think it would have happened to me as a teenager.
The men there are very beautiful, though. Like, they look like Al Pacino. They have such good bone structure and like thick hair. But they're all like
I had good bone structure and thick hair at one point.
But you were huge and they were tiny because they're tiny. I can't get over the tininess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm small, so...
Yeah, because you're... you can do it.
I'm always looking up at them.
Aww.
So it's
Always
fine.
looking up?
Yeah. I think I only went because I saw The Godfather, and I was like, wow.
I've been watching The Sopranos.
Yeah.
For the first time.
Well, you just went to America.
I did go to America.
Did you get to Jersey?
I didn't get to Jersey. Thank you for asking, because no one did, because I was so sad about not going to Jersey.
Yeah. We would be so good in Atlantic City.
We would be so good with your magic and me being stupid.
We would clean up.
I've been there. It's depressing. It is depressing as hell.
Walking around and you're like, guys, hit me.
Like the Always Sunny episode with the ham.
Oh God, yes. The Jersey Shore. Heroin needles lying under the dog. I wonder what happened to Guidos. They were amazing back in the 2000s.
Is that how you say it?
I think that is.
It's like the
Jersey Shore people are
Italians.
They have fake tans.
Yeah.
JWoww and Snooki and Nicola Situation Sorrentino.
Yeah.
That was such a good show. None of the British spin-offs were really any good whatsoever.
Did they try to do a spin-off? Oh, Essex Shore.
They did Geordie Shore.
Oh.
And the
I
only
don't
way
think Essex has... Does Essex have a
Essex Shore?
Yes, of course Essex is a shore. It has quite as extensive
I didn't
coastline.
know that. I was doing a joke.
I don't know.
It's one of the estuary counties.
I don't recognise the south of England.
What's wrong with the south
I
of
love
England?
the south of England.
It's like spiritually dead.
Mm-mm.
You'd like the Weald. You would love Sussex if you haven't been there. If you haven't been there.
Where's Sussex? Brighton.
It's the whole sort of segment of England cut off from everywhere else in England by the South Downs, and it's really become its own. It really became its own little world over time, simply because it's so hard to get into. It's so hard to get to the rest of England, to be honest. Until the 19th century, it was a lot quicker to get from anywhere in Sussex to Paris than it was to London.
It's like what I told you about the sea.
I've been telling everyone about the sea thing. It's
yeah,
amazing.
It's cool, right?
The sea is closer than the land.
Yeah. I explained to Danny that if you want to understand pre-modern travel and like networks and like trade, you have to look at the map as if the sea is the land and the land is the sea.
Absolutely correct.
So
I think it cost as much pre trains to transport something 40 miles by sea than to transport it 1 mile by land. The sea does all the lifting for you, essentially.
Yeah,
Very
so Kent
cool.
is like super Frankish.
Kent is completely Frankish to the point where it may well have ended up part of the Charlemagne's Holy Roman Empire for 30 years. We have no idea.
I think like in like around Exeter there are still some churches that were like part of a diocese in France.
Amazing.
Until fairly recently.
That's the South. I suppose South England probably does have less of an English regional identity than North England or Wales, simply because everywhere else was so much closer than North England was.
Yeah. So what did you think of New England?
It was like nothing. It wasn't like nothing like Old England at all. It was like a whole other continent.
I thought it was similar because of the name.
That's what I thought.
And because of that tweet I did once where I was like, it looks like England, and then everyone got really mad at me.
Was I part of that?
No,
I didn't know, because I was like, oh, I'm going to England, and then it's like, no, everything's like huge, and then the houses all have like wood paneling, and they have porches.
Yeah,
very cool.
And like Halloween stuff.
They have Halloween
stuff. They take
stuff.
it very seriously in
They take
Halloween.
it, and then they have a sign. They sign up front,
like the meme sign.
With the, oh.
The meme sign?
Like the meme sign is like, in this house we...
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, they had the signs. They had tons, because I was in like a very picturesque Democrat city, and everyone was like a boomer and was a Democrat, and they were like protesting. But it was kind of cute.
Protesting?
The main one that was shocking to me was like the No Kings in America, which I just like never... I guess they still are like hung up on that.
Yeah,
it's been like so many years.
It's been 3 centuries.
It's been 3 fucking centuries. Like,
it
get
was
over
like
it.
an anti-Trump protest, I think.
Because he's like a king.
Fairly recently, yeah, they were protesting his like overreach of executive
power.
I assumed it was anti-Yarvin.
I don't. I don't think he has that kind of popularity.
He should do.
Some 6-year-old people. But it was so cucked. They were like stood out like on this road, and they're like doing their signs. Some of them were like pro-Gaza, like pro-Palestine signs. So I was like, cool, we'll allow it. But the other ones were terrible. And then
did you see a lot of Jews in New York?
So thank you for asking.
I think we were all thinking that, but we wanted the topics come organically.
Wait.
Great question, right?
First thing she did, she gets to New York.
Awful lot of Jews around
guess
here.
What the first thing? To be fair, our hotel was really close to it, but guess what the first thing?
Cactus Diamond District.
Oh, I did do that. That was fucking sick. That's not even going. That was Diamond District was so.
Okay,
amazing.
but what did you do first?
The first thing I did was we went to a 9/11 memorial, and they had like all the names on there, and I was just checking about the ethnicities of it. I just had to check something real quick.
And what did you find?
Well, actually, loads of Italian.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bovril.
Okay.
Lots of Irish.
Yep.
There's no one here. And lots of Irish, quite a few Muslim names, but actually there were some Jewish names on there. So, point taken.
I think there is an underrepresentation, but partly that is just the...
yeah, but Danny's claim was that they had all taken the day off.
That's not true, that's a joke.
There is in all seriousness, there is genuine underrepresentation, but that's partly because there's overrepresentation of Irish and Italians simply because those were the people who were working in the sort of firm which was in the Twin Towers.
What? Who's that?
White. I think they're mostly white law and finance, and really Jewish Americans went another way, and they ended up being absolutely dominated by Irish and Italians in New York.
Really? What, in finance?
In that specific sector of finance and law.
Interesting. It was a good memorial. It was
that's very tasteful.
Very tasteful. It's very mean. It was like a void, because I went to the Jewish Museum in Berlin many years ago, way before anything froze. And they had
radicalizing moments.
Counting the shoes.
Well, they had this room. There actually were shoes in this room. So that's how stupid you said.
They're like really regretting letting us.
It's just been silence from all the men.
Stony silence from the Anglo-futurists.
Suspiciously Ashkenazi silence from everyone. No. I'm Ashkenazi, if anything. So I think I'm the most Jewish in the room.
Probably, yeah.
I think maybe Bovril.
Oh yeah, how Jewish?
I genuinely have no idea. I probably am, considering where in Europe I come from. But
you've got to.
Never really. I probably ought to do one of those ancestry tests.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I just don't like the idea of giving my DNA over to somebody else.
Yeah.
Callum could be Jewish.
Callum could be Jewish.
So he's obviously Norman.
What's
Same thing.
Huguenot. He's Huguenot, right?
Turn your head.
Oh yeah, very.
Sure, yeah.
Very Roman.
Very weak chin.
Roman.
Splendid.
You need to be
Strong brow,
mewing
chin.
Yeah.
and chewing like the mastic gum.
Mm.
The Diamond District is absolutely fantastic. There's so much I could recommend. Did you get to, because completely off the wall question, you probably didn't, did you get to Jonas Schimmel's Knish bakery by any chance?
No.
Because that's amazing, absolutely superb. It's just a place where everyone who buys and sells diamonds ends up getting savoury pastries.
I loved. We walked down the Diamond District and then we walked all the way back up because it was exactly how. Because it was just all a bunch of men just doing their thing, yelling and like walking around, and there were a bunch of like gangster rappers as well. It was like, have you seen Uncut Gems?
Yeah.
It was like that.
Yeah.
It was legit like that.
Weirdly, I ended up like the other day on a street in London that was all diamond shops, and I had no idea.
Was that
It's
Edgware Road?
Hatton Gardens or something.
Oh yes, Hatton Gardens is a big
and
diamond place.
I was just walking back from my like emergency dentist appointment, and then suddenly it was like all diamonds, and there were all these Middle Eastern guys on the street being like, madam, are you buying, selling?
You should have got tooth grills, diamond tooth grills.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Once
that would look so good.
Once I
It
get
would,
my,
yes.
my tooth removed,
Takashi
I'll just
6ix9ine
get,
diamond grills.
like a full diamond in its place.
Full face tattoos, diamond grills.
Who's funding this?
So I would fund that. Are you kidding me?
if I had the resources,
Scrimp and
I would pay for your full face tattoo with diamond grills.
Thank you.
But we went to the 2nd Avenue deli, which is the Jewish deli, but it's not Katz deli because it's less touristy.
Oh yeah, so this is much better.
Yeah.
Katz's Deli, you're going to be charged $50 to get not very good pastrami served by angry Guatemalans.
Exactly. But this one, they were more Jewish, and they were very unhappy to see us. Tom's laugh. No, some of them were happy to see us, but the main guy running it was like really unfriendly with us, and then was very friendly whenever any Jewish people came in. Because this one lady came in and she was like, "Is everything kosher?" And he was like, "Yeah, but we are open on Saturdays." And she was like, "It's fine as long as everything's kosher." And I was like, "Obviously everything's fucking kosher. The font on the front of the sign is like the Hebrew font. What the fuck are you on about?"
Hebrew font.
We're gonna have to cut like all of this. Callum's gonna like be the only person who's heard this whole thing. But I loved it. We went to Williamsburg, the Hasidic community.
Oh yeah, that's completely insane.
It was crazy. They were like, it was the most hostile community I'd been to, maybe ever, maybe more than Whitechapel.
Yeah, everyone who's lived in New York tells me this, that they got really radicalized by the Hasids.
Yes, I have American Jewish friends from New York, and universally they say the Hasids are fucking insane and you want to keep away from them.
And they did the whole thing. Like literally, there was a point when like we were just surrounded by a bunch of men, and we realized, because you know the way they use their flip phones is like as a radio.
Yeah.
And we were the only. It's for real.
Sorry,
it's
they're
like
flip phones.
Huh?
They're flip phones.
Yeah, because they only have flip phones.
Yeah.
For the most part. And then they
I think there's a technical reason for this.
Yeah,
something to do
there
with
is.
what you can do during the Sabbath and what you can't. And flip phones are okay.
It's probably
and,
because they've put like bombs in all of their iPhones.
Did they give you a pager by any chance?
That was her. That was her. That wasn't me.
That's a legit thing they did. In Lebanon.
Page.
In Minecraft.
I don't think Danny's a member of Hezbollah, Rose.
We do not support Hezbollah.
No,
I have
this is
condemned
not
Hezbollah on many times account.
No.
Yeah.
We are not in support of Shiite Muslim terrorism. Absolutely,
Are we in support of Sunni Muslim terror?
we do not support the claim of Hussein ibn Ali as caliph.
We don't.
No,
Right.
we've taken a very firm line against that on the Foids cast.
I shared my first wink with Bovril a couple of minutes ago.
First of many,
That's
I
so
hope.
special.
He didn't wink at me this last time.
No, the Hasidim really do run their own sort of ethnic mafia in their area. Basically, it's they've got their own police and their own ambulances. There's really nasty
tunnels.
Their own
yes,
tunnels. They got
tunnels. Yes. What years? Was
they
that
don't use our standard tunnels that we love.
No,
we know and love.
No, they're too good for our tunnels.
I kind of love that. It's such a universal human instinct
to tunnel.
like dig a hole.
Absolutely.
Not universal. Certain type.
No, it's like men love digging holes. They love digging tunnels. This happens all the time in America, that people's houses collapse because this man has just like been digging a tunnel secretly in the basement in his spare time.
It is a universal human urge.
And women love to borrow. Like, if I saw a tunnel, I'd like to get in there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
and
they have raised that to a group activity.
For their own reasons, yes. I knew 2024 was going to be a good year when, in the first week, you had Hasidim sort of shooting up out of tunnels all around Brooklyn.
Yeah, amazing video. I can't believe it's real.
The word chud, of course, is a contraction of cannibal humanoid underground dwellers from a brilliant film called Chud in the 1980s about people who live under Brooklyn and attack homeless people.
Is this true?
Yeah, no, absolutely is. No, I think it was Chapo Trap House.
Wait, are we doing blood libel now?
No, not for once. No. No, it's absolutely. I think they came up with Chud. I'm not certain.
That's cool.
But yes, and then we completely embraced him. We're all Chuds here, aren't we? Really?
We're all Chuds.
Yeah,
I've been saying.
I'm a Chudette.
You're a Chudette.
You're both Chudettes. I'm a Chud. We're both very happy.
I feel like I'm more Chud than actual Chudette.
You're Chud coders. You're Chud coders.
You're like Chuds,
my gender dysphoria.
like with an X.
Chudettes.
I'm a Chud.
Chucks.
Chud History X.
That's such a fun film.
We should call the episode that.
Call this episode Chud History X. It's great.
No, because it's 9/11. It's gonna be.
Oh yeah, 9/11.
Yes, 9/11.
Bovril, what are your thoughts on 9/11?
Oh my god.
All I'll say is it's an amazing rabbit hole to go down, and my favourite boss I've ever had looked and sounded exactly like Superhand from Peep Show. Was a absolutely classic Generation X type. I discovered very early on that if I was going to have a nasty meeting with him, I could derail him for half an hour by asking him about one of two topics. One of them was about going clubbing in Manchester in the early 90s because he went to the University of Manchester, and the other one was who did 9/11. And his opinion was that it was the CIA to get America into a war so that all of its surplus population could be who weren't needed for normal industrial purposes could be sort of shoved into the war machine. Which I was slightly sceptical about. It was obviously Mossad. But,
thank you, because I told Rose the other day that they did 9/11. I told her the other day that they did 9/11, and she looked at me like I was a fucking piece of shit. Like, and then I was like, 4,000 people didn't show up.
I just want people to know that we don't have a party line on who did 9/11. On Voidcast, we have a difference of opinion.
And then I tried to
disagree. Debate is a beautiful thing, and so we're very pleased with it.
We're very pro free speech here. We're like free speech absolutists.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. No topic too taboo, nothing too controversial.
So why do you think, because I tried to explain to her why Mossad did.
Oh.
But what is your, because I said about, okay, go on.
In all seriousness, I think the Saudi monarchy, or at least prominent Saudi families, were much more involved.
They were.
The terrorists did pick a day. The terrorists did pick a day when essentially every single aircraft which could be used to intercept an American, which could be used to intercept a jet aircraft, a passenger jet in the eastern seaboard, was being used in the military exercise. So they were all in the air and didn't have weapons. And the interesting thing about that is they were doing a joint exercise with a bunch of Saudi pilots at the time, and all who knew about it. This isn't necessarily a massive conspiracy. It could simply be.
But Mossad would have that information, right? Because
they would have already had that information.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, I don't think Mossad were enormously involved. It was, I think I do think some fairly prominent Saudi families knew exactly what was happening.
Do you think Mossad did the Charlie Kirk shooting?
I think it was probably I'm actually purposely not speculating on it because it could be so many different people.
Yeah.
But I don't think, from what I've seen, it's as clean an operation, as good a shot as people are saying it was. It was a very heavy caliber bullet, and not that far away, and someone who had had a few weeks of practice at a rifle range could have got it.
Okay.
And there was no security whatsoever, so...
yeah.
Also, he was still pro-Israel. Like, he said some more critical things recently, but he's still pro-Israel. Like,
he was the most vocal pro-Israel person on the American right at this point. Why would you shoot your... The conspiracy theory I do definitely believe in regarding assassinations is that Trump was supposed to die in Butler, Pennsylvania on July the 13th last year. There was huge media coverage of the... And somebody was supposed to get a Pulitzer Prize winning picture of his head exploding, and they didn't because he
also like
exactly
BlackRock like shorting the Trump stock beforehand.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He was meant to die. I mean, he literally was meant to die.
Yeah.
He just turned his head.
At exactly the right moment.
Yeah.
It is interesting, sort of veering back into the years of lead discourse we had at the beginning of the year. How after the assassination, a whole bunch of people who really were very strongly anti-Trump, like Michael Bloomberg, just stopped. They stopped. They realised how close they'd come to the abyss and pulled back.
Really?
I occasionally out of morbid curiosity. Occasionally wish out of morbid curiosity I could go to just pop into a world where Trump hadn't ducked at exactly the right. Trump hadn't dodged at exactly the right moment, just to see what it would look like. I think there would be America would be quite firmly into its own repeat of the Days of Rage, and this does not mean a civil war with clean cut sides. It just means everything is much more violent.
Yeah.
That there's a level of violence accepted. That society still functions, but there's a level of violence accepted in it that leads the sort of antisocial schizophrenic or schizoid person who might just wander around screaming at traffic today to start shooting people in a way which happened in the 1970s. And people forget how violent America was in the 1970s, even while it was still sort of functioning as a society. There was a 2-year period in the early 70s where there were 5 serious bomb threats phoned into the FBI per day, which is astonishingly high considering the population was lower. And the issue with this sort of thing isn't necessarily that lots of people get shot, and they will get shot. It's very hard to predict who gets shot and who doesn't. That you just have these sort of people wandering around with axes to grind, thinking that they can take it out on someone who may or may not have harmed them.
Yeah. I mean, that's sort of what's happening now, right? Like that girl who got like stabbed in the neck the other day, and like the Luigi thing. I need to pee. Okay, should we take a break?
Yeah, sorry, should we pause it for a second?
Thank you. I also. Yeah, we're back. Everyone's hitting their vape.
Yeah.
Quite hard at this point.
I've never seen you vaping, actually.
I am almost entirely a cigarette man, but needs must as the devil drives in the spaceship.
You guys both smoke the same rate. Like, it's just constant. When you're in Kew Gardens.
Well, I don't smoke usually, except like when someone else is smoking, and then I match them. Because I'm like really impressionable.
We're just yes-anding ourselves into lung cancer at this point.
Yeah.
Can I just sorry to bring up America again?
No, I'm enjoying this.
Keep
please do. I'm glad someone else is introducing topics. It's really good.
But they don't have vapes that are flavored. They have tobacco flavor, which is disgusting, and they have clear vape flavor.
It's the influence of Philip Morris.
It's clear. One of the best flavors I've ever tasted, to be honest.
It just tasted clear.
But didn't they ban the like mango jewels and stuff?
Yes, again. Yeah, the tobacco industry is a very big lobbying group in the way it isn't here. I think the Biden administration banned menthol cigarettes, and then Trump brought them back, which sort of made them wads deep for black people. But, But,
do they like it?
Oh, black people love menthols for some reason. I can't quite fathom it. Newport menthols is the black cigarette.
I do like a Newport menthol though, so maybe I'm.
The one thing I really miss.
I've been saying this.
Yes, you're spiritually black.
The Welsh Charlotte.
Yeah.
They are the black people of England.
Yeah.
I think it's just because they're in like, they just have like Lana Del Rey vibes to me. They remind me of like the OC or something.
Did people smoke menthols in the OC? I don't think it was ever
I feel like it's kind of like a trashy, like Julia Fox in Louisiana kind of vibe. I don't know if that makes any sense.
That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. I can actually see where you're coming from there.
I think if I went to America, I would do heroin.
That seems perfectly reasonable. I mean, I've seen that film, The Factory, and what's her name, Evie Sedgwick, was having a great time with it for the first 90% of it. So, Edie Sedgwick,
yeah,
she's having a great time on it. It's your wife and it's your life, etc.
It does feel like the end goal of American life is to do heroin.
Yeah.
Which is why they have the opiate. Because I was like,
I'm on opiates now.
Stop being on opiates. You like messaged me the other day. You're like, how do I?
No, can't.
Beep. How do I beep? How do I beep? I just didn't reply.
Safest not to.
No, it was just because I was taking the max cocodamol and it wasn't working.
God, I miss cocodamol.
But this is how people get opiate addictions, right? They start because they have pain.
Yeah.
I've only ever been on cocodamol for about 2 weeks when I threw my back out a few years ago, and I actually got better very quickly, and just realised I had a whole bunch of cocodamol knocking around, and decided to take about half of it, and just spent the evening watching the Martha Graham choreography of Appalachian Spring. It's the only time in my life I've ever actually got ballet as an art form. Just staring at the TV, drooling slightly, thinking, my God, I get it now. And then I ran out, and it seemed much less appealing. But
it's so perfect for that. Or like nature documentaries. Like you'll watch a bear eat like a fish, and you're like, oh my God, like I get it. Like I get it now.
I'm not getting this.
You just suddenly get like life, like as it is.
Maybe you need to take more.
No.
Quintuple your dose, Rose. You'll be happier. If I ever message you anything and whatsoever about contemporary dance, please drive over to my house with Narcan.
Oh God, I went to a contemporary dance thing the other day. It was so bad.
What
it
type?
Was crazy. It was like a takeover of the South Bank of like Royal Festival Hall from Ramba, which used to be classical ballet. It was founded by like Madame Ramba, who's the dancer who like recruited my grandma from like Lambeth, which is like a cool story. But now it's just like literally just contemporary dance, and they were doing this thing with the Ballet National de Marseille, which is called La Horde, and it was just like so contemporary. It was like aliens twerking with like bubble butts and like bouncing their butts like basketballs.
Nice.
And
I'm into this.
And then there was like a grime ballet.
Nice.
But everyone in it was trans.
How contemporary is that?
Like how visibly trans are we talking?
Pretty visibly, I assume, if you could see it from the back. The thing is, it
was like voguing, you know, and then.
And you were like close to them.
Yeah, and then in another one there were a lot of like gay sex acts happening, like simulated, and they were like
at least simulated,
like right next to me, like right in front of me, because it was like kind of audience participation
in the gay sex act.
What?
You'll have struggled.
I was there with my sister, and she like looked around at the audience, and she was like, "There's a lot of neurodivergent people."
She's like looking at you directly.
Brilliant. Grand day out. The undateables take
There's a lot of like
increasingly...
sunflower lanyards.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I want to go so bad now. This is ridiculous. This is the most
now.
exciting thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah. And then at the end there was like a big limo, and they were screening this film with like all these people in like balaclavas, but they were all like white people in like roadman costumes. And then
when we win, 100% of the roadmen will be white. I'm going to leave it at that.
I've been saying.
There'll still be chicken shop dates, but all of the drill rappers and Rosemary and what's her name, Amelia Moldbug.
I do like chicken burger.
I'll take it. I don't like chicken burger. I like fried chicken. Chicken burger's a waste because it has to be beef in the burger.
No, I don't think so.
This is the discourse we have.
Whenever I would go to the kebab van, I would get chicken burger.
We're just wrong.
That is wrong.
It has to be
horrible.
beef.
Yeah,
it has to be beef.
Yeah.
The roast beef burger of old England, etc.
The roast beef burger.
Beef and liberty.
Salute.
Going back to the dance performance, it's funny how it does get described as contemporary, considering that every single element of that could have been done in 2012.
I was thinking this. It felt very like 2015. Like there was one bit that actually felt more contemporary, like current. But even that, it reminded me of like the bit in Francis Hart, which was like 10 years ago or something, more than.
It's been a completely stuck culture.
Yeah.
Because I'd say the largest material change over the last 10 years is the Boris wave, and that just hasn't percolated at all into art. And
but it sort of did in this, in a way. I mean, I guess it was more French, so it's whatever the version. The version of Roadman in France is. They have a word for it. Yeah, whatever.
My French is appalling.
If only they were more monogamous.
Yeah.
Breaking a butterfly upon a wheel.
Breaking a what?
Sorry, ignore me.
This is an English idiom that she doesn't know because she's Eastern European.
Please.
It's just it's smashing something which is just pretty and ornamental under because it needs to conform.
What's the saying?
Why break a butterfly upon a wheel?
Aww.
It's Alexander Pope, I think.
Sounds like a Kendrick Lamar album title.
Do you have any?
A lot of Alexander Pope sounds like a Kendrick Lamar album title.
That's true, actually.
So what were we talking about before?
I think we were talking about dance. We were talking about dance and Coco-Demol and
yeah.
Before everything, we were talking about an English. We were talking about whether there was going to be an English civil war as well.
Is we getting civil war?
We as not getting civil war.
No, you don't think so?
Not anytime soon. But I think we're probably in what would technically, if we were looking at a third-party country, be sort of pre-civil war conditions, so they can go on for a very long time.
Yeah.
One encouraging thing, if you want that sort of thing, or at least think it probably is going to happen at some point, is the ethnogenesis of the English as a cohesive whole with their own ideas and their own sort of sense of themselves as English.
Yeah. And
one big thing over this, and probably the biggest thing, is the flagging.
Mm.
Have you guys been doing flagging?
We're going this weekend.
Are you
good, man.
Really?
That's so wholesome.
That's very sweet.
That's quite sweet. It's just.
Wait,
Tom just walks out.
Where's he going?
No, he's getting the flag.
He's not having it.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's have a look at those flags.
Are you doing English flags or like British?
English flag.
You're doing
Yeah.
not Union Jacks.
Wow.
Not the space station.
Base.
We haven't yet achieved that level of brand recognition.
Like a rocket ship in the corner. Oh goodness.
That's a packet, yeah. I was thinking this because you call yourselves Anglo-futurists, but you probably wouldn't have done that like 10 years ago or something. That feels like quite new for like kind of elite educated people to be saying Anglo and identifying stuff as Anglo.
I was supposed to remain back then.
Yeah.
Disgraceful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was the better option, really.
I voted leave. I'm still quite glad I did.
Nice.
It simply removed any fig leaf any future government could hide behind when they fucked up.
But we've had worse immigration since.
Yeah, do you just hate Eastern Europeans that much?
Only some of them. Only some
Glaring
of them. No. It's, I think any government faced with.
And she's whiter than you.
She's a lot whiter than me. She's a lot whiter than me.
I'm so
I'll accept
white.
that. one of the issues was that Eastern European immigration was essentially tapped out in some ways by 2015. The idea, these Eastern Europeans are artificially poor because you were stuck behind the Iron Curtain for 50 years. So we ended up, after the Iron Curtain coming down, having tens of millions of people who were completely capable of doing highly paid jobs, but were also prepared to live to sleep on a mattress in outer London for 10 years. And the Poles were the classic example of that. And basically, within 10 years after the border opening, Poland was much wealthier, and all the Poles who'd lived here had gone home and used the money to buy a house and set up their own businesses. And
and now you get British people moving to Poland.
Absolutely, please squirt me. I said absolutely.
He wants the squirt.
Everyone does. Sorry.
Disgraceful. We were having an intellectual discussion about
Doobie squirting like that.
About the Eastern Bloc, and it's been derailed now. Thank you.
We should wrap up.
By the squirt. No, but you don't think like Eastern Europeans are a little bit like retarded, like just a bit like alcoholic, a bit.
So am I. I can't hold that against somebody.
I mean, that's a vital part of British culture.
To be a bit retarded.
To be retarded and alcoholic.
Well, when we were more pretty well, retarded and alcoholic.
Those people like built India.
Absolutely, my favourite periods of English history are when everybody recognised us as retarded alcoholics who somehow managed to terrify everybody else. We've gone through several phases of that actually. There's a recurring continental stereotype of the English as extremely violent, uncultured drunkards who nevertheless are extremely good at what they do.
Mad dogs and Englishmen.
They certainly do go out in the midday sun.
But how was it that, because we were out in a hot European country, and then my Anglo husband was like, no one goes out other than the mad dog and the English man. And I was like, I thought he just made that up on the spot. No, but it's true.
This is another idiom.
It's a mad dog. He was a mad dog of that.
We're gonna teach you some idioms for the life of the UK.
We will.
I was like having a heat stroke. I was like, what the fuck are you on about? But it's true. Like the Englishman is going out at midday in any hot condition in Rhodesia. Yeah. Which is so cool. By the way, Rhodesia was Was Cuba English or was it not? It seems French to me.
It should have been English.
No, I mean my Cuba trip.
Yeah. But who did the colonizing? That was
Spain.
Yeah, that's why it's all messed up now.
I mean,
they can't even control their own.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we did Jamaica, and that's a disaster area now.
I really want to go to Jamaica because you sending me those videos of that Russian woman who lives in Jamaica and she speaks Jamaican patois.
Speaks Jamaican. Turn red.
And yeah, I want to go. I want to experience the culture. I was listening to Sinead O'Connor's reggae album.
I just think it's amazing Sinead O'Connor did a reggae album.
She was super into reggae and like Rastafarianism, and she was hanging out with all those guys in New York, and then a bunch of them got arrested for like smuggling guns and like killing people, and then she was like, what the fuck, guys? I thought you were all about like peace and like chill.
The Rastas were never a fan of me. They were a bunch of
hard to imagine.
I would like sit down with the Rastas at a club, and then they would be like having their what's the soda that they have? It's like an orange soda. And then like I would be like, oh, I'll have one of those. And they're like, yeah, will you have one of those? And I was like, oh, okay. Like I'm just trying to like integrate into your culture.
Wasn't very Irie of them.
Yeah, what?
That wasn't very Irie of them.
No.
Everything was not Irie in the club.
No.
I really can't.
They're not nice to you when you're.
Better opportunity to bring this up, but there's a wonderful, wonderful story about what could have been the most foidcast coded island ever to exist. Dominica, I think, actually, which I think you've mentioned your favourite place on Earth.
It's like paradise.
In the early 1980s, the incredibly corrupt president or prime minister of Dominica, I'm not sure which, got ousted and ended up in New Orleans, and he made contact with a bunch of people from the Ku Klux Klan, who sort of brought in a number of other white supremacists, including, I think, Don Black, who ends up setting up Stormfront.
Don Black?
Yes, Don Black of Stormfront fame.
Which we condemn.
Which you condemn unreservedly. His son, incidentally, is now his daughter. It's a bizarre story. Derek Black ends up running Stormfront for a while and then became Ethel Black, I think. Which I'm actually not sure.
Jewish name as well.
I was going to say that was my issue with that.
No, that is the obvious issue with this trajectory. You're absolutely right. I was thinking.
That's the one problem.
I was thinking Ethel is actually a remarkably understated name. They're generally called Lilith or what's the other one?
Kronk.
Isma. But anyway, the former president of Dominica got in touch with the bunch of white supremacists who decided who managed to get hold of some money from, I think, a dentist consortium of all places in New Orleans. You need a consortium of dentists.
You need a based island with a dentist consortium.
And
on God, we're going to get you to that island.
These people got in touch.
To the Tuff Island.
Tuff. Years in the Tuff Islands.
In a year or so.
Yeah. I think we need a Welsh knot in the studio to hand to Rose when she does this.
I'm just going to start doing the podcast in Welsh. I can't be done with this.
I could co-host. I now know the words for triangle, prison, melancholy, and beer.
What's prison?
Carcar.
Carhar.
Carhar. Sorry.
Carhar.
Carhar. I will get it. Carhar. Carhar. I'll get it. I will get it.
It's like Loch.
That makes sense. Or Chala. We're Welsh being the Jews of
exactly.
England.
We're like the lost tribe.
Anyway, we were once the Ku Klux Klan, the dental consortium, and the former president needed more muscle to take over Dominica. So they turned to the obvious people who could help, which was the Rastafarians.
Bro, this is crazy.
They ended up planning out this coup, after which the white supremacists would run half of Dominica as a sort of white-only section. There'd be another half for the Rastas where they could all grow marijuana and sell it elsewhere.
Wow.
And
it's legal there. There's where we stayed in the Airbnb, they were growing it in the garden.
I think it wasn't legal in the 1980s, and it certainly wasn't legal in some places that were planning to sell it. But ultimately, they were about a week before setting off when the establishment decided they couldn't deal with white supremacists and black supremacists living together in harmony in the narco state, and everyone got arrested under a 19th century law which prohibits American citizens from overthrowing governments in the Caribbean. Loads of people went to prison. It was a great story. It would have been the most Freud-cast coded island in existence.
So they lived in peace together.
They would have lived. They might have lived in peace. It would have probably fallen apart with a wink, but it was a lovely idea. And Operation Red Dog. Look it up on Wikipedia if you haven't. It's,
Operation what?
Red Dog.
Red Dog.
Okay.
Big Dog.
Operation Big Dog.
That's the most incredible thing I've ever heard.
I feel like it would work there. Everyone is like so chill. It's like the most chill, friendly place I've ever been.
You gotta be.
And like contrasted with the other Caribbean islands where people are like really aggy.
So aggy. The poverty's making them so aggy.
Yeah.
So the cannibal gangs in Haiti should take a chill pill and just slightly. But,
have you smoked? And I don't like weed. I think it's one of the
genuinely
worst.
dislike it.
It's disgusting, right?
I think we've received our 5-minute warning.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah, you gotta wind up.
Yeah, but
I think edibles are different because I hate the smell of weed mainly. I think like when you go around London and everywhere just smells of weed and it's disgusting. Like around here, like when I was walking here.
I quite like it, but turns out skunk weed. I ran over a skunk a couple of days ago. Actually, I was in a passenger seat because I can't drive. But we ran over a skunk, and I was like, "Damn, that smells of weed."
Really?
And then the lady that was driving was like, "Weed is named after skunk. That's why it's called skunk weed."
is it?
A run-over skunk smells of weed.
Really?
Fact.
Wow.
Well,
I thought it would smell way worse because of like the cartoons where they
Pepe the
released
Pew, etc.
Yeah, you'd think, but it actually smells quite nicely of weed, which I actually do quite like the smell of weed.
Damn.
But
because you're spiritually black.
Absolutely.
But I think it's a bad drug. So have you taken the weed?
I have
Smoked
smoked marijuana filled reefer cigarettes in jazz clubs. I'm sorry, Mr. Hitchens.
Did you say freedom and
Freedom and them. I never liked it. I've always been much interested in stimulants. Which of course was one of the many things the Summer of Bovril was all about. You'll be glad to know I used up the last of the Adderall for this podcast. So if you notice me flagging slightly, it's because I've been wearing off and reality is starting to intrude slightly.
Okay, let's get some bags in.
On that, yes, please do get some bags in. On that rather bleak note, I think
let's wrap
the
up.
Anglo-futurists have been waving a 5-minute warning at me for the last 5 minutes.
Eat some pudding.
We're going to eat some posset.
They've been obsessed with this pudding. I could feel their pudding vibe from the back.
they have little boy craving pudding vibe.
I'm going to plough through a posset, work out some way of getting home. I would just like to thank the foids immensely for having me on. I've really enjoyed myself. It's been absolutely delightful.
Did you have a nice time?
I really did enjoy myself
even
tremendously.
With these things
even with the Anglo-futurists
glaring over us.
Stony-faced audience. It's been
gallery.
delightful.
They didn't laugh at shit.
No.
Now they're laughing.
No, I was looking at Callum a lot for
silence.
approval. He was laughing.
Okay.
Tom was not feeling it.
I was.
But I really have been very impressed with the Voidcast. It's been absolutely wonderful. That really has been a high point of my summer. I really think it's fantastic. Very pleased. I predict great things, and great things have been achieved.
Thank you for supporting us as well. Most men have hated us.
Wrong. They're wrong. That's not true in the slightest.
You've really supported us, and that's really...
I think you have influenced the moids.
The Bovril sphere is going to listen to Voidcast.
Whether they like it or not.
Okay, cheers. Autumn Bovril.
Cheers.
To Autumn Bovril.
Okay.